of God said that I'm Jim Quinn, and that's correct. And I want to welcome all of you to the 30th anniversary celebration of the National Summer Learning Association. It's an honor, really an honor, for me to be part of the National Summer Learning Association and part of this celebration. Truly an honor to be part of NSLA and to play a small part in our work, in the work that improves the opportunities for thousands of young people across the country. We are going to take a few minutes tonight to celebrate our history and the remarkable progress over that time, over those 30 years. But I want to start us off tonight with a few words about our future. Many of you that are here tonight have been at our side on this journey, and I really want to thank you for that. Many of you have been with us this week at our annual summit. And many of you were in today's session with Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona. And you may have heard him say that this is the third year that he has come to this conference. And he said, I haven't been to anything 3 years in a row other than this conference. And it's not a small thing that he's participated in the summit, rallied the nation's attention around the need for quality summer learning, and organized the initiative to engage every student, focusing attention and resources on out-of-school time, and summer in particular. Until a few years ago, the concept of summer learning loss, the summer slide, what happens to children when schools are closed, was almost a niche issue. Really was not it wasn't part of the national dialogue in education. But it is, and it always has been at the center of our attention. The COVID pandemic, in a kind of a perverse way, has brought it to the front door of every home, every parent, every teacher and administrator, starkly posing the question, what do you do when schools are closed? We want to be sure that every child has the opportunity for quality summer learning, has the opportunity over the summer to learn, to grow, to have choices to pursue their interests, to receive the encouragement and the validation that will open the path forward for a lifetime of learning. We're in a magnificent place tonight to mark this occasion. It's a spectacular hall, spectacular museum, the African American Museum, and we're reminded of historical inequities and the champions who fought so hard to remove barriers and elevate hope and opportunity. We're committed to ensuring that every child, regardless of their wealth or circumstances, regardless of the zip code where they live, will thrive. We're committed to make certain that they will flourish. We know that summer learning is essential to that aspiration. For summer learning, it's really a moment of reckoning. The pandemic revealed that learning that happens outside of school is extraordinarily valuable and much needed. More federal and state investment than ever before was committed to summer learning. And we answered the need with innovation and impact. It's a moment really to celebrate. I want to thank each of you for being here tonight. Thank you for your support, your generosity, your encouragement, for helping us to move forward.
Good evening, everyone. All right, thank you, Kelly O'Donnell. Can we give her a round of applause? What an honor to have her with us. We have an amazing room. We're in an amazing place. I want us to, if you just take a second to look around, see where we are, and see how important it is, and what a continuation of the work that this museum represents, to have a more perfect union, a better world, a better country. That's what we're working towards, and we couldn't find a more fitting place for us to have this event. My name is Aaron. I also want to thank Jim Quinn for his amazing leadership and his commitment to NSLA for so many years. Thank you, Jim, and our entire board. If you are a board member, could you just please stand up and be recognized so we can thank you. Thank you to our national board. Thank you so much. None of this work to help young people happens in a vacuum. It takes so many partners. It's actually amazing to see this many hundreds of people in this room because we have such a small but mighty team. You actually can't believe how small our team is to create an event this large. Can I ask our staff and our field consultants to stand up and be recognized for the great work you do? Thank you so much. And of course, there are many sponsors. Their names are going to be here. We wanted you not to have to walk around with too much paper, so we have a list, we have a brochure, but we'll give it to you on your way out so you could read and thank. But if you were a table sponsor, or if you have sponsored a table, can you please just stand so we could say thank you to you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your commitment. So I just want to share. So, we talk about summer learning and what it means in lots of different ways. But one thing that's very clear to all of us is that we believe at the National Summer Learning Association that one great program in one great summer can change the course and direction of a young person's year and their whole school year. But we also believe that multiple amazing summer experiences in wonderful, great programs year over year can change the course and direction of a young person's life. And I'm a testament to that. There are a lot of people in this room who could say that happened to them, and that's what we're trying to give to every young person in America. And we've been here for 30 years. I've only been CEO for 4, very honored to be here, but we have many past CEOs. So first of all, I want to recognize anyone who's been a past staff member for NSLA. Could you please stand and let us say thank you for all your work helping us get to this point. And thank you so much for joining us. And I'll tell you this, we know 2 things. NSLA is part of a very large ecosystem of out-of-school time programs and leaders. Many of the leaders who have built this field in this country are here tonight. We stand on their shoulders. We recognize so much work and sweat and effort that went into this idea of creating a field that was organized and structured to help all young people through after-school programs. So NSLA is part of that. We build on the legacy of amazing folks and organizations. And then we not only stand on shoulders, but we lock arms with so many people in this room who are doing this work every day in creative ways in lots of spaces, from schools to nonprofits to government agencies to corporate partners to colleges. All these folks are coming together over the summer months to help kids learn and grow, and we are partners with you. So we just want to say thank you to everyone here who does this work every day. Thank you so much. Now, we have lots of projects and programs, and we don't want to take up too much time. We're not going to make an ask of you today, but I just want to tell you what some of the things you could join us in. And trust me, we could use your help. So you heard in the video, if you're interested in program quality and giving kids great experiences, please think about supporting our National Youth Leadership Institute, which both helps young people and trains staff across the country at the same time. If you're interested in policy work, we hope you'll think about supporting our all-expense-paid Congressional Summer Internship Program, which brings great young people to D.C. who couldn't access or afford that experience to work for their U.S. Senator or Congressman or some other policy organization otherwise, and we bring them. If you're interested in partnerships, we invite you to think about supporting our professional learning communities that bring peer organizations together. If you're interested in supporting public awareness so more families know about these opportunities and sign up, we invite you to support our Discover Summer national media campaign across the country that aims to get 500,000 parents to go to this website and find programs for their kids this summer. And if you're interested in investing in people, which is what we do here, we build relationships and we invest in people, you could support our very creative Summer Innovation Fellowship so we could come up with new leaders, new diverse leaders to come up with new ideas and new programs and new ways to serve kids. So these are just some of the menu items that we have Happy to talk, follow up with any of you later on in the months and weeks to come. But just to know how we got here, it started with a one man when he was a college student who took a course, got the research under his belt, and said he had to do something in response. And I'd like to call up our founder, Matthew Boulay, to say a few words.
Good evening. There's no way I'm jumping up on a stage in front of all of you. I want to tell you a story about that first summer of 1993. But before you do, I was glad that Aaron thanked our staff and our board and all of you for being here. You know, you don't get to 30 years without extraordinary amount of struggle. Nonprofit work is not easy work. And the mission always matters more than the amount of capacity you have or the number of dollars you have. And it's very nice for Aaron to invite me up, but it's often the people who do the real work are the ones who never get up on stage. So I wanted to take a moment and thank a few people who over the years are the reason that we're here today. And begins way back in '93 with my co-founder. If you can imagine, he came to this country when he was 14 from Ethiopia, not speaking any English. And within 5 years, he was starting this organization. Please thank Fakata Sergu. You have to stand. He is so modest, he's going to kick me after this. We've had a number of really extraordinary leaders over the years, and I'd like to ask them to stand. Jody Libet, please stand. Ron Fairchild, Brenda McLaughlin, and Sarah Pitcock. So it's nice to see them stand, but what it means is that with an initial grant of $5,000 and 49 students, their work allowed this to happen and allowed the Secretary of Education to think he wanted to be here 3 years in a row. So kudos to them. And then there are 3 longtime board members who have been champions of this issue from the very beginning. Ian Dunn, Dan England, and Beth Unverzat. Is Beth here? You guys stand up so you can take your photo. It's actually important to note that everyone I asked to stand, stood and then quickly sat. And it's that humility, right? I mean, it's the work that they've done over the years because the mission matters. And so thank you to all of you. We wouldn't be here without you. The summer of '93, I was 22 years old. So if you do the math, I'm like mid-30s now. And we were in Baltimore, and it was a hot and humid summer in Baltimore, which is how every summer in Baltimore is. And we had this great idea to have this summer learning program. And the folks who ran the school district said, go to this particular school. It's a struggling school, and they could use the help. And they said, but remember, these kids don't come during the school year. They're not going to come during the summer months. So we went to the school. It's since been closed down. It was called Southwestern High School. They had 1,000 students enter in 9th grade, and about 200 graduate. So a 20-ish% graduation rate. And the school was based up on a hill. So these 49 students who were all rising 9th graders that we had recruited from middle schools around the city got dropped off at the bottom of the hill. The bottom of the hill on, a hot, muggy summer morning in Baltimore. And they walked up the hill to this school, cavernous, school with no air conditioning, and they came every single day. You know, and I wouldn't sit for 20 minutes in that building today. It's a measure of the ambition of those students, and in a measure, I think, a reminder to me every single day of the ambition of the 20 million kids who live in poverty in this country, and the kids who maybe were born in the wrong zip code, as we say, but want to have their dreams as Americans realized. And it's those 49 kids that I think about at every NSLA meeting and every NSLA event. And so I would like to end in a poetic way. I just wanted to honor those 49 kids, and maybe all in, you can clap, and your applaud will be for those kids and all the kids in this great country who just want to be where we are today. Thank you.
All right, so now if any of you know Matthew, he's very humble, and he did not want any fanfare, any spotlight, but as I said to the board, he's not the decider of that. And so, Matthew, we would not be here in this glorious room if you had not had a spark 30 years ago. Thank you for your vision and your sacrifice. We honor and we appreciate you. In honor of Matthew's bold vision and relentless pursuit of closing the gaps of summer learning loss for the underserved kids in the Baltimore area more than 30 years ago, this is now a nationwide priority in support of our kids. And so the National Summer Learning Association and its board of directors hereby establish the Matthew Boulay Summer Innovation Fellowship. Our goal is to support the work of other budding college students who see a solution to barriers and challenges in our education ecosystem, have the courage and the creativity to tackle it, and then just go. Along with the other innovation fellows of NSLA, this fellowship in Matthew's name will provide mentorship and tutelage of the NSLA program leaders and funding to support. We're gonna focus on college students to support their game-changing efforts, just as Matthew did 30 years ago. And our goal is to create more Matthews. So in addition, we have a token, oh, that's heavy, of our appreciation, and it's in a big blue box. Let's give him another round of applause. He needs a standing ovation.